So you see all of these amazing cinematic reels on Instagram and you wonder how you can make one. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a simple cinematic reel less than 50 minutes. Before we proceed, let's talk about today's sponsor, which is autoae. So if you are a content creator and you don't have time or enough knowledge to create certain scenes, autoae can help you to do that. You can select one of the pre-made templates, customize it and download it for free. The good thing is that folks over autoae were generous enough to share a link with me, and by signing into that you will get discount along with more free downloads. You can find the link down in the description. Now let's get back to our video. Alright, so here we are inside of Adobe After Effects and now let's begin. So if you were following my YouTube channel, you know that recently I like to use ChatGPT to generate these style frames. So as always, I use ChatGPT to generate these two style frames, and the process that I'm gonna show it to you right now started with this simple image. I just basically imported that image and asked the ChatGPT to sort of import my color guide into it, and then I added a few more style frames that I wanted to see, and the results were something like this. And after that, I just asked the ChatGPT to extract the elements. So as you see, I extracted the sort of the king, the chains, and the hands, and those were in the sort of black background. I used Photoshop to sort of remove the background from it, and I have extracted everything, and we have the style frames like this. But if you're struggling in order to how to use ChatGPT in order to create such images, I have another dedicated video that the link will show up in a second, but please do not close this video and watch it until the end as I show you a lot of cool tricks in this video. Alright, so back to the After Effects. The process is super straightforward. We're gonna just create a new composition and let's just call it main, and then let's just create a folder for it so we can be organized. Alright, and then I'm gonna just import the first style frame in here, which is the king one. And going into asset panel, I'm just going to drop the king in here, which is something similar to this. Let's just scale it a bit to cover the main canvas. And then after that, we're going to just import the chain. So this is going to be our chain. We don't need this reference, so let's just delete it and get focused on now redesigning the elements ourselves. So I'm just going to scale the king a bit, and I'm going to set them on 3D. And what we need to do is that we need to push the chain a bit in front. And this is going to be our first scene. Now, in order to make it better, you can just add your text. So let's just call it the real king. And let's just duplicate it, the real. And we can just duplicate it one more time, and we can call it king. And we can just set it on 3D. Let's just set the anchor point on middle so we can rescale them better. And I'm just gonna set this one on 10 and rescaling them really quickly. Alright, this seems super good. Now we need to work on the lighting. So as you see on the reference, we have a lot of cool lighting happening in here, which we need to do. So what we can do in order to create those lighting effects, first we need to create a solid background, which I'm gonna do it, and let's just call it BG. And then we can just bring a texture layer in here, and we can just set it on 90 rotation, and then we can just set its mode on darken, so that will give us a better texture. And now on the next step, what you can do is that you can just create a new solid layer, and I'm gonna call this one Optical Flares. And you need to use a paid plugin, which is Optical Flares by Video Copilot. And then what we need to do is that we're gonna just change the render mode on transparent, and we're gonna set it on here. So right now everything seems better. All right, now what we can do is that we can just play with the brightness and scale to sort of adjust the light. And on the last step, what we can do is that we're going to create a new adjustment layer, and I'm going to call it Lux. And we need to use another paid plugin, which is Lux by Red Giant Magic Bullet. This is hands down one of the best plugins when it comes to color grading the assets. And if you want to create those cinematic and premium reels, you gotta try this plugin. This is super good plugin. And then you can just choose between the presets. So for example, if you want something like the reel, you can just go with the sandburn. But I think personally I like the flip-flops. But let's just quickly check the other ones to see which one looks better. Collins seems good, and Frey Frost. Like as you see, there's so many good ones in here, but you should stick to the one that client wants or represent your color plan. But right now I think I'm gonna go with this one, which is Hot Chicken, and let's just apply OK. So immediately, as you see, it looks way better. Now what you can do is that you can just change the color on Optical Flares to get a better look. Okay, this seems super nice and super clean. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to go towards the second scene. We just want to hide these layers for a moment, but before that, let's just change their colors so we can distinguish them better. I'm going to go towards the reference and I'm going to bring the second reference. So as you see, creating the style frames with the ChatGPT gives you an option to sort of rearrange layers really easier. So I'm just going to bring the one hand and I'm going to set it in here. And let's just go with the another hand and let's just set it in there. And we need to replace another hand in here. And lastly, what we need to do is that we need to just import the last one, sorry. And we don't need the reference, so let's just delete it. And now let's just turn everything into 3D. And it's just a matter of adjusting the layers again. So I'm just going to readjust this one in here and this one a bit in here, but however, I'm just gonna use the Z direction to push it a bit backwards, and this one a bit in here and in here. But as you see, the colors are not matching, so I'm just gonna bring the tint into it. But however, as you see, these are above the adjustment layer, so I'm just going to push it beneath the adjustment layer to get the color grade that we want. All right, and this seems super nice. The scenes are done. You can add the text in here if you like to, but what we need to do is that I just want to create a sort of a mask in here. So to do that, I'm just going to go towards the rectangle tool. I'm going to double click on it to create a solid. Let's just call it this is going to be basically the vignette effect, but I'm just going to call it the mask. And I'm just going to go towards the circle tool, make sure the mask tool is highlighted and draw a mask like this. Then make the mask inverted and press F to open the feather and feather the mask like this. And now we can just push the mask beneath the original layers to create these sort of effects for yourself as well. So let's just adjust this a bit. It's just too grayish right now. All right, this seems super good, super nice. Now it's time to animate them. So I'm just gonna select these layers as well. Let's just change their colors. And now let's just get back to the first layer. Okay, let's just hide these ones and reveal these layers. And we're gonna create a new camera. The type is set on one node. The preset is set on 50mm, which is good. Now let's just create a null object. We're gonna set it on 3D and let's just call it the camera controller. And I'm gonna parent this camera to the camera controller. So this will allow us to control the null better. So what I'm going to do on the first step is that I'm just gonna create a zoom in, zoom out effect for the entire of 4 seconds. And let's just reset it to its original position. So we will have a zoom in, zoom out, effect like this. Okay, Super easy, super nice. And we can just use any technique that you possibly find suitable to reveal the text. I'm just gonna right now use one of my pre-made presets, and then I'm just gonna offset these words by a few frames, something like this, and we can just push this a bit towards right since we use the sort of zoom out effect. Okay, this is super good, but we can make it better by adding another adjustment layer, and this time I'm just gonna call it this one blur. And let's get back to our main comp, and I'm gonna add the fastbox blur. You can also add the camera lens blur, but this effect is super heavy and it's gonna slow down your machine a lot. So I'm just gonna use the fastbox blur, and I'm gonna set it on 0, so we will have some nice blur happening at the beginning. So when the real king reveals itself, it's time to create a match cut to the next scene. So what we need to do is that we're just going to duplicate the camera controller, and let's just remove the keyframes on it, and let's just use the parent tool to parent the camera controller to the second camera controller, so we can actually start moving the camera. And when it's in here, we're just gonna press P to reveal position. We're gonna go 20 frames forward, since I'm working on 30 frames composition per second. It's about just 30 half seconds, so what I mean if you want to be exact. And then I'm just gonna push it up like this. Okay, about here should be good. Now let's just set it on 65% influence. So we will have a movement like this. So when the movement is at its highest peak, which is gonna be in here, we are just going to cut these layers. All right. And then let's just now reveal these layers. So you see that they're up, but what we can do is that we can just basically push them down to its original place. Now what we need to do is that we need to also cut the beginning of these layers so they don't show up at the beginning. And this will help us to create the match cut that we want. See that? Super smooth. We have that camera transition happening for our scene. Now, as you see, the scene right now is super static, and now we need to add more animation into it. So I'm just going to set every anchor point to down, and then we're gonna just, for example, reveal the rotation for the hand with the number. And I'm just gonna set a keyframe on the Z rotation for a long duration. I'm gonna set another one. So on the first one, I'm just gonna set it on -5. And on the second one, I'm just gonna set it on 5. And then we're gonna add a loop out ping pong expression. And I'm gonna use the motion tools to do that. So this will basically loop it back and forth. And then what we need to do is that we're just gonna copy this rotation. And then we're gonna just paste it for the other hand layers as well. But one thing that we can do is that we're gonna actually create an offset between these keyframes, so everything doesn't happen at the same time, because this will not look good on our animation. So right now, still they're happening. So let's just adjust them a bit. All right, so you see that now we have that animation that we want. So far so good. Now on the final touch, what we can do in order to even make it better, we're gonna add another adjustment layer, and I'm gonna add the optics compensation effect. So let's just add the optics compensation. This will sort of make a depth to your animation. So if I increase it, you will see that we have something like this. I'm just gonna reverse the lens. So now we have something like this, which looks super good. Let's just turn it down into 50. We don't want it to be too wobbly. All right, this is good. Now on the last step, we can create another adjustment layer, and this time you can create a noise by adding the noise effect. Now there are the difference between a noise. So if you add the noise itself, it's going to be an animated noise. So if I zoom, you'll see that everything is moving. But personally, I like to use the noise alpha, and I'm going to set it on 8%. So this will give you a better noise for your animation, as you see. So as you see, with a few elements and a few basic movements, you are able to create amazing animations like this. And here we are at the end of this video, and I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave out a like and subscribe to the channel, as it would help me out a lot. Thank you so much. Goodbye.